HMS Invincible is a contemporary of the ship which we're on. We're on Victory. Invincible was a French-built Royal Navy warship that was lost in the mid-18th century. She's in the Solent between the Isle of Wight and Langstone Harbour. She was wrecked there in 1758. She was lost with no loss of life, salvaged at the time and then abandoned, and she sank into a sandbank. In 1980 she was found by a local fisherman, Arthur Mack, and then an excavation was conducted on her at that time. Since then she's been buried by the sand into which she was wrecked. But shifting patterns within the seabed of the Solent mean that she's now being exposed again. What Invincible has is not only a revolutionary hull, but the entire contents of an 18th century Royal Navy warship. All the material on the table in front of us here was recovered during John Bingham's excavations on the site in the 1980s. Perhaps the most romantic, if perhaps the most violent, is the object in front of me, which is a cat o' nine tails, the whip used for maintaining discipline on board the vessel. We've got typical of domestic life on board, typical of the fact that this was called a wooden world. You're in an entirely organic existence, is a jug for carrying liquids. Those contents are in board Invincible more than any other warship that we're aware of.
MAST is in partnership with the National Museum of the Royal Navy and Bournemouth University. The National Museum of the Royal Navy will be receiving the artefacts once they've been conserved and recorded, probably in around 4 years' time. And we got the money as a partnership group in July last year from LIBOR Fines, the strapline of which is doing good things with bad people's money. So one of the most important aspects of the LIBOR grant is that we will be involving service and ex-service personnel in volunteer roles post-excavation in recording and conserving. These people will be instrumental in making the project come about. Currently there is a gap in our knowledge between the Mary Rose and HMS Victory, on which we're sat today. The Mary Rose was built in 1511 and HMS Victory in 1765. But in the middle, there is a missing link, and HMS Invincible will fill that. We aren't intending to raise the wreck. We're not looking for another Mary Rose, and certainly there's no financial appetite anymore for another vast ship. But we are looking at raising a set of articulated timbers, which will be able to show us how unique Invincible's build was.